Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Morgan Beard.
And I'm Kelsey Winger. Morgan, the LSU basketball team has had a knack for playing these big opponents really well in their home. But there's no difference on Saturday, isn't that
Kelsey,
right?
unfortunately not. There wasn't much difference from the trends that have been the story for the season for the basketball team all season long. One, playing up to the competition, and the other, struggling to notch a W outside of Baton Rouge. But here we go. We're going to see Anthony Hickey right here. He's from Kentucky, Mr. Basketball in high school. We know it's a big game from him. But we start with Kentucky with an easy transition bucket for Andrew Harrison, a thing that happened all game for the Wildcats. LSU's defense couldn't stop very much of anything. Kentucky pushing the pace again, but a sloppy pass falls in the hands of Willie Cauley-Stein for the Willie Cauley slam right there down the throat of LSU's defense. But later in the first half, Siobhan Coleman receives the ball out of a swing pass. Nice three right there. Siobhan Coleman's done that all year for the Tigers. John Calipari, not happy, but when is he ever? But here it is, clutch time. Second half, 1 minute to go. Anthony Hickey jacks up the shot, and it goes down. LSU up by 1 here in Kentucky. But after a couple free throws, Kentucky ties the ball back up. Anthony Hickey with another shot, throws it back up, and it clanks off the rim. Overtime we go in Lexington. Hickey trying to make a big statement in his home state. But here we go, play of the game right here. LSU gets a stop, falls in the hand of their superstar, Julius Randle. He puts it back in there. Kentucky with a 1-point lead. LSU, no timeouts. Johnny Jones used them a little too early. Andre Stringer turns it over. Kentucky steals a game in their home arena, 77-76. LSU falls 7-7 in the SEC. And it was the 4th loss of the season by 2 or less points for the Tigers. And earlier today, players Andre Stringer and Anthony Hickey talked about what made the difference in Lexington.
I missed a free throw, turned the ball over a couple times. Just critical plays that we didn't make, or I didn't make, things like that.
Lost by last second shot. We go down to score. A couple seconds left, they come down and score. It's pretty tough. So that was probably the toughest loss.
LSU has 4 more games remaining in the regular season, with the next one being a chance at revenge against Texas A&M here at home inside the PMAC this Wednesday night. LSU lost the first game to the Aggies in College Station on February 12th.
On to the Diamond now. The LSU baseball team is already getting noticed for their hot start to this season. It was announced today that LSU has been moved to the #1 spot in the Collegiate Baseball Magazine's weekly rankings. The Tigers are 7-0 so far this season, following notable victories over Southeastern and Virginia Tech, among others. One big reason for the Tigers' success has been star pitcher Aaron Nola, who was just named one of the Collegiate Baseball Players of the Week. Nola is 2-0 on the season with no earned runs and is coming off a 7-inning no-hitter in his last outing. The Tigers take on the Raging Cajuns from down the road tomorrow at Alec Box Stadium. The first pitch is set for 6:30 p.m.
Meanwhile, LSU football is in the middle of the offseason, but for the NFL, scouts and GMs are hard at work trying to decide who to draft this upcoming May. And one guy already high on a lot of teams' lists is former LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., who may have jumped even higher after improving his draft stock with a 4.47 40 time. After the combine, Beckham is now expected to be a first-round selection. Meanwhile, Beckham's counterpart, fellow wide receiver Jarvis Landry, had a disappointing 40 time of a low 4.77, although it was known Landry is currently dealing with hamstring and calf injuries. Landry, along with other Tigers, will have another shot to improve those times at the LSU Tigers Pro Day here on campus April 9th.
In women's basketball now, the Lady Tigers have hit a major low point on the season, both on the court and off. Following their 4th straight loss of the season on Sunday, senior guard Janine Kenny and head coach Nikki Caldwell said a lack of team chemistry is the source of their struggles.
Well, team chemistry is very, it's not talked about enough. We need to come together. We need to find a way, because losing is not an option anymore.
You know, chemistry is about spending time with someone and not just in practice. We got to go back to realizing why we're here.
The Lady Tigers hope to fix their problems in time for Thursday as the 10th-ranked Lady Volunteers of Tennessee visit Baton Rouge.
Now it's time to make the 2 sponsors we have happy as we take a short break here on the Sports Desk.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and take a trip to the Lombardi Lounge.